Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Fred Speaks. I pray this podcast finds you in the best of health and spirits. When was the last time you had that hunger, that passion for something? Do you remember what it was that was driving you? Was it a bad situation that motivated you to get up and do something and take action? Oftentimes we find ourselves being complacent and stagnant. We have no drive, no passion, no hunger for anything. We're not motivated to do anything or even try anything new. Where did it go? Or did we ever have it for anything? I'm quite sure everybody can recall a time that, you had that hunger or that passion to achieve a goal, a time that you were so determined to reach your goals that you had in life. If you look at your life and there's nothing that you're hungry for or you're passionate about, then more than likely you're just sitting on the sideline of life. You're just watching others. So you're not even in the game, you're just watching. And it's a clear sign or indication that there's a need for a change in your routine. I'm a big Rocky movie fan, and one of the movies that stands out to me is Rocky 3, which is a movie that Rocky, has to face an opponent that is like extremely hungry and passionate about winning the heavyweight championship of the world. And his opponent's training is like very, very intense. And because he's purpose and he's trying to reach a goal and he's hungry for it. He's eating, everything he's doing is geared towards reaching his goal. And Rocky, on the other hand, is complacent. He's at a place in his life where he's achieved a lot. He's got a lot of material things, and so he doesn't have that hunger and that passion that he once had when he was striving to become the heavyweight champion of the world. And so his training is nowhere on the same level as his opponent. And it's because that hunger and that passion is not there. And so Rocky goes forward with this fight, and he ends up losing the fight to Clubber Lang. And he also, after the fight, finds out that his longtime trainer and father figure is dead. And so he immediately realizes that he didn't have that hunger. He didn't have that passion to fight. And long story short, Rocky had to change his routine and face his fears to regain that hunger and that passion to reclaim the heavyweight championship of the world. And so oftentimes we are, in that same place, like we're going through, the motions, the things are just routine in our lives, and we find ourselves we're either the same or worse year in and year out. And we make promises to ourselves that we're going to do better, and we get started, but we never finish. And the reason for that is because that hunger, that passion for whatever it is gone, or for even or having passion or having that hunger for something new is gone. And I don't know if you can recall back or at a time in your life where, you were like excited about life and you wanted to learn new things, try new things. And I remember as a kid, I would get up early and I wanted to get out and about. I felt if I got up early that I would start to, run into some new things and experience some new things by getting up early. And, whether it was walking or playing or riding my bike, some days I would ride for miles, just, really like not anything that I had purpose, but just getting out and just the feel of, the wind and, different things, and it was an excitement to me because as I was going about, I was able to see different things and able to encounter different people I knew or even new people, and just that whole getting up and getting out. And so a lot of times we're just going through the motions. We have no drive or no hunger or passion for anything, something that is like, we want to get out of bed. We want to, get up and start, working towards achieving a goal. Something is driving us and so you may be asking yourself, the question is, how do I get that back? How do I get back to that place where my mind was just going and creativity and different things? It was there where I wanted to learn new things. I wanted to try new things. How do I get that back? How do I get that passion across my life that I got multiple things that are, I'm doing and that I want to try something new that maybe I had not, either gotten around to or I kept putting off or whatever the case may be. So here are a few things to get that, eye of the tiger, to reference the Rocky movie, that eye of the tiger look and that feel back for something. And one of the things is, getting up early, like I was saying about, growing up as a child, getting up early and getting out and about, and how, just being able to experience things, to run into existing friends, to meet new people, but getting up early. And you find out that you can accomplish, 20% more or more things if you get up during the hours of 5 a.m. To 8 a.m. You're able to get a lot of things accomplished. Even, sometimes, if you have a job, just going in early, you find that, there's less distraction and you can get more things done because you don't have people coming to you or whatever. And so things maybe that you had gotten behind on, you can start to get those things done because you're up early. So you're able to accomplish more, during the hours of 5 a.m. and 8 a.m. So keep that in mind. Get up early. Another thing is praying. Praying and meditating and visualize. Get that going of visualizing your day and how you want your day to go. And so praying, taking that time to pray and be thankful, that God had allowed you to see another day, and being able to meditate and having purpose in every day of life. So starting out by, praying and meditating and visualizing, positive thoughts, and then exercising, exercise at least 30 minutes to an hour daily, and that's something that I'm quite sure we all could, have some improvement or need some improvement in that area, is committing to exercising every day. Even if you have to do something at home, getting up, again, going back to getting up early. A lot of times we say, I don't have time, and then when I get off work, I don't feel like it or whatever, or there's too many things going on. But if you can get up early between that 5 a.m. and 8 a.m. time frame, more than likely we can get our exercise in. And so 30 minutes to an hour of exercise. And another item is invest in yourself, by buying something nice, that is affordable, like, some nice clothing and shoes. And this is the objective of this is that you feel good about yourself. And that is appealing when you feel good about yourself. That attracts, positive energy towards you, when you feel good about yourself. And that's one of the things that, helps you to get up, and you're motivated because, you're dressing well and you feel good. It makes you feel good. It's almost like, a clean house. You look forward to being in a clean house, and, the smell and everything, it makes you feel good. And that's the same thing when it comes to yourself. Your appearance is, putting on some nice clothing and shoes, and feel good about yourself. Like I said, it's very, very appealing. And here's one that I know a lot of people will probably, have this, look or thought about, is reduce your mobile time. Reduce your mobile time, by at least 20 to 30%. Reduce that time, because our phones, our mobile devices, they're like one of our biggest, if not the biggest, time waster. We spend so much time on our mobile phones that there's so many other things we could be doing. So we can take that 20, 30% and put it towards something else that would make us more productive. So reduce your mobile time. And a lot of times when we have our mobile devices, we're on social media or the internet, texting, or, phone calls or whatever. And a lot of times it is big time waster. It is a big time waster. And so, or we're playing some game that we've downloaded to our phone, One example being Candy Crush, or, you know what your game is that, you spend a lot of time, playing when you could be using that time for something more positive or something more productive. And here's the thing that is a game changer. And that's to make at least one bold decision in which, it's something that you were always afraid to do or take action, or make that decision to do it. It may be, starting a new business, or traveling, you always wanted to travel. And so, I want to talk about that, starting a new business or traveling. A lot of times we won't take the initiative, or we won't take action to start something new as a new business, because our mindset is, I gotta work. I don't have time for a new business, or I don't have the skill set to run a business. And so we have a bunch of excuses of why we can't, start a new venture or a new business. And so our mindset has to change. Our mindset has to change, is that oftentimes we're helping somebody else build their dreams or maintain their dreams and goals by working, on their job. And so we have, that mindset of being an employee versus being a business owner or an entrepreneur. And so our mindset has to change around that to get a new business or venture started. But making a bold decision that, hey, this is what I'm going to do, and then start setting goals on how to get there. Even while you're working a job, you can be setting goals that position you to move forward with the new business, or you can even start the business while you're working your job, so that you can transition, from the job to your new business. And traveling, one of the main reasons a lot of people won't travel or devote time to traveling is because they say they either one or two things: they don't have the time to travel, or they don't have the money. And so, again, changing the mindset of, I don't have to, what do I need to do to position myself where I can travel? And it may not be where you're traveling often, but start somewhere where you at least have what is called a vacation instead of a trip. So having a real vacation, and it may be a yearly thing, but at least get to the point where you're starting to plan that you may have achieved that goal, either semi-annually or annually. That you're able to do some traveling. So that were just a couple things, but there's many things that we need to make that bold decision. You know what it is, that whatever it is you've been putting on the back burner, or you not now. But as you can tell, you can keep saying not now, or, the timing's not right. You can keep saying that, and then you're, 10, 15 years later, and you still haven't done it. You still haven't gotten that hunger and that passion to do it. So make a bold decision that, this is something that I'm going to do, and then start taking action on that. And then last but not least, but is train. And I was talking about that mindset. You have to train your brain to think creatively, every day, and a lot of some things that can help with that is like, playing a sport, maybe basketball or, tennis or something, getting that creativity, especially with basketball, you have to have some creativity with, dribbling the ball, shooting the ball, doing, moves, maneuvers, different things that, your objective is to score. And so you have to come up with creative ways to be able to get to the basket or get your shot off or whatever. So the creativity, getting that going, going to new restaurants, trying something different than, your normal, routine when you were, going to the same old restaurant. Well, maybe tried something, a new restaurant. Going to plays or museum or zoo or something that is out of your normal routine. And so I mention all these things, but the objective is to get you going to where you're getting into that place where you're starting to experience and be around different things and take in different things. Now it's starting to get that creativity, that hunger, that passion for something. And you'll find yourself, it's not going to happen overnight, but you'll find yourself, if you get up early, your mind, that, like I said, at 5 a.m. to 8 a.m., your mind is, different things going on in your mind. And there's a time to write down some things and, different thoughts and stuff and different ideas that you have. But you got to get up and start taking action, start moving and being involved in different things. And you'll find yourself starting to have some hunger or passion for something. And, and then you'll be motivated, like, okay, what can I do to do this or to achieve this? And one of the things I was thinking about is a lot of times there are some impediments that are in your way, but you can't, even if you have an impediment, something that is kind of preventing you from getting to your goal, you got to also have something in parallel that, okay, I know this is there, but is there a way I can still continue without, stopping and basically falling back into the old mindset or the old routine? But I want to continue to build on the thing that helps me to start to be hungry and passionate across, everything in my life. And I was thinking about a time that, and sometimes it takes a shakeup or something to happen to get you back in that, that groove of, I got to do what I got to do. I can't sit around and not have a hunger or passion for anything. I gotta get that back. And I was thinking about a time when, my truck, I've gotten so used to getting up and going out and starting my vehicle and being able to, drive away and go wherever I needed to go. And then one particular day I go out to start it up. It starts up fine, but I can't go in reverse. I can't go and drive. So the truck won't move. And so I had to end up putting it in the shop and everything. And I was thinking, I was like, okay, so my truck is in the shop. So I gotta I got to go to work. I got things I need to do. I can't sit around and wait and not do anything. I got to get up and get moving. And it was like almost instantly like, you know, who can you get to pick you up? Who can you? And I couldn't get anyone. I couldn't think of anybody that would had the time to come and get me and take me different places or whatever. But it took me back to, you got to do what you got to do. And I got the bus schedule, and I went to where, the bus stop, and I rode the bus and did what I had to do to get around, even utilize the bus to even go and get my vehicle, when it was ready, when it was finally ready. But you have to get back to that place of where I'm hungry. I'm passionate. I got to do what I got to do. There's things that is driving me. I can't sit around. Nobody's going to help me, but I got to start doing the things that I need to do. And that's another thing. You need to have people around you that are passionate, that are hungry, that, they have a drive. They're trying to achieve goals, and they're passionate about it. They're not just talking about it, but they're getting out and doing the things necessary to achieve their goals. And so with that, I just want to encourage everybody that if there's something that you were once passionate about, or, something that you need to have that hunger, that passion for, we got to start somewhere. And like I said, I gave a few different things that we could, start working on, getting up early, praying and meditating, exercising, and changing our mindset, and making a bold move, a bold decision to do something that, you had just been thinking about or just talking about. But let's make it happen. Let's get that passion back, that drive back, that we can achieve the things that we've always wanted to achieve, or take on some new things that maybe we hadn't even thought about. But in our getting up and getting out and experiencing life, and, getting involved with some new things, that we find out, oh, man, this is something that I want to get involved with. This is something that, I'm thinking about. I'm waking up, it's on my mind, and having that hunger and that passion for it. So I pray that everybody was able to get something out of this podcast, and that you find it to be, a help to you or beneficial to you. And with that, we want to encourage you to join us for another episode of Fred Speaks. And we have some new things coming, and we'll be letting you know here shortly. But I appreciate everyone joining. And again, join us for the next episode of Fred Speaks. Thanks.